Shout out to Christine Brennan. Team USA, y'all need to stop playing. Hold on, wait a second. Y'all will recognize and appreciate Caitlin Clark as the face of this whole get up. Nobody's checking for these other, no disrespect. Great basketball players. That don't mean people checking for you. You mean to tell me y'all put other people's face all on the Team USA stuff and y'all left Caitlin Clark?
Stephen A. Smith just dropped a shocker that nobody expected. Brace yourself. Caitlin Clark has reportedly stepped away from Team USA after being overlooked for the Olympic roster. And this isn't just idle gossip. One of the biggest voices in sports media has confirmed it. Clark has decided to stop seeking approval from people who clearly never had her back. The basketball superstar has gone quiet, but the impact of this move is massive and could reshape the landscape of women's basketball. So, what's your take? Did Caitlin make the right decision by walking away, or should she have stayed and fought for her place? Share your thoughts in the comments.
Out promoting women's basketball, bring new fans in, and get unprecedented attention for a team that dropped in TV viewership at the Paris Olympics. That's right, the women's USA viewership dropped at the Olympics in Paris. Nobody was watching it. They would have added the photo of one of the player to this graphic, but no.
Decisions, marketing. I want people watching. I want eyeballs. I want advertising dollars. Why? Because he'll get paid. Y'all will get paid. And guess who else will get paid?
You need to understand, Stephen A. Smith doesn't shout for attention without reason when he digs into a story this intensely. This signals that something major is happening behind the scenes. His latest revelation about Caitlin Clark and Team USA isn't merely him calling out a poor roster decision. He's exposing deep-rooted issues in women's basketball that have been brewing for years, and now they've finally erupted into the open.
Yeah, well, I've given it, as you know, over the last 60 hours. I broke the news right around midnight, Friday to Saturday morning, and I think on both fronts, merit and publicity, you of course mentioned it, it's just a total swing and a miss by the national governing body, by USA Basketball, just a missed opportunity. And but I'll start with my answer by saying,
your Team USA, and you're trying to be globalized. It is an opportunity to globalize the WNBA brand. So people like Brittany Griner, God bless her soul, and others.
Think about it. Announcing the Olympic roster is usually a simple, low-key event. USA Basketball releases the names. Fans discuss it for a day, and life moves on. But this time, everything changed. When leaks began to show that Caitlin Clark, the player single-handedly filling arenas that have been empty for years, was left off the roster, the reaction wasn't just surprise. It was outright anger. The basketball world was stunned that the sport's most popular star wouldn't be representing Team USA at the Olympics.
On that team, the team that so richly deserves attention and doesn't get it and won't get it without her. Because there's just so much going on in an Olympics. On that same day, there probably will be 30 other gold medals given out, and sports editors and others have to make a decision. Do you go to Simone Biles? Do you go to women's soccer? Where do you go? It's not, there's just too much going on. You put Caitlin Clark on that team, and every single...
The official reasoning from the selection committee was weak from the start. They cited experience requirements and a supposed 3-year commitment to the core team. On paper, that might sound reasonable, but it completely misses Caitlin Clark's impact on the game. You wouldn't leave Michael Jordan at home just because he was a rookie. You wouldn't bench Tiger Woods for not paying his dues. In professional sports, you take the generational talent, the biggest star in the world, and you put them on that team. That's how it's supposed to work.
But she's not a participant, average about 7. So are we really trying to go the game? Is that what we're really trying to do? Or are we just talking about we're trying to grow the game and just bullshit?
But here's where things get really troubling. Insiders started revealing that this wasn't a simple mistake or a spreadsheet oversight. This was intentional. Sources close to the committee said there were worries about how veteran players would handle Clark's massive fame. They were literally concerned about the media circus she attracts. So what did they do? They chose to protect a few established players' comfort over growing the sport and maximizing the team's global reach. That's exactly where Stephen A. Smith drew the line. He didn't just disagree. He tore apart the logic of prioritizing locker room comfort over competition and basic business sense. On national TV, he shredded every excuse. His point was simple: the Olympics is a global showcase. It's the one moment every 4 years when casual fans tune into women's basketball. Clark brings in millions of new viewers, breaks TV records, and sells out arenas. And the committee solution? Bench her. Smith called it a marketing disaster of historic proportions. For Team USA, it's not even about winning gold anymore. They basically could send a college all-star team and still dominate. The real goal should have been growing the sport, expanding the brand, and attracting a new generation of fans. By benching Clark, the committee showed they care more about protecting egos than the future of women's basketball. Smith hinted at incompetence, maybe even deliberate mishandling. They didn't just miss an opportunity, they threw it away. And Clark will not forget that. Reports suggest Team USA may have offered her a backup spot, but Clark had zero interest in being anyone's plan B. She quietly withdrew her name from consideration, demonstrating both her power and her business sense. The WNBA needed her more than she needed them, and by walking away, she's making a statement. Let's talk jealousy. The old guard of women's basketball has been bitter for years. Legends like Diana Taurasi and Cheryl Swoops subtly undermined Clark early in her career, questioning her achievements and attempting to diminish her rise. The reality? Clark exploded onto the scene with unprecedented fame, endorsements, and sold-out arenas, far beyond anything the veterans experienced. Human nature may create envy, but in other sports, superstars like Tiger Woods elevate everyone. In the WNBA, some veterans reacted by gatekeeping and creating a toxic environment, and Clark has endured it all. That toxicity also spilled onto the court. Clark has been targeted with cheap shots and unfair treatment, like the Kennedy Carter incident, without proper protection from the league or her teammates. The double standard is glaring. If it were LeBron or Steph, there'd be immediate action. For Clark, it's open season. The Olympics roster is filled with the very teammates who contributed to this environment. Why would she want to spend a month in a toxic, unsafe situation? The rumored soft quit confirms her savvy. Offered a consolation backup role, Clark politely but firmly refused. No drama, no social media tantrum. She quietly stepped away, asserting her value and demonstrating strategic maturity. She doesn't need Team USA to build her brand. Team USA needed her to boost theirs. By staying home, she's letting the committee experience the consequences of their decision. The numbers speak for themselves. Games with Clark draw 300 to 400% higher ratings than average, arenas sell out, and even opposing teams have to move games to NBA venues to accommodate fans. She's a walking stimulus package for the league, and leaving her off the Olympic roster is not just a bad sports decision, it's a financial disaster. The committee essentially destroyed their own product and audience reach, while Clark walks away unbothered, letting the ratings prove the point. At the core, the WNBA is dealing with a mean girl culture. The old guard resents the new fans and revenue Clark brings. Instead of welcoming growth, they're gatekeeping. Stephen A. Smith confirmed what many suspected. Caitlin Clark is done with Team USA. She refused to be a backup for people who never wanted her there. It's a bold, calculated power move that changes women's basketball forever. The committee lost their golden goose, and the results will speak for themselves. Do you respect Clark's decision to walk away? Let us know in the comments.